The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein.
From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
This is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
On 2nd and 9, Watson, open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
First down, here's the run with Cook. They showed a little athletic juke, but then the daylight quickly closed. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, the Vikings sit 4-7 now on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
On 2nd and 9, Watson setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few. How about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
C.J. Mosley on the tackle.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Second and 9.
Now it's Watson.
Able to locate his man Slayton on an out route.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Darius Slayton. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Another carry now for Madison.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down. Watson steps and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The kick by Joseph is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback. Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Their own 46-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Have a great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal. They'll certainly have the green light here.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now it's Wilson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
The final shot before the break. Watson. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the 2nd half.
This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And he'll have a Jets first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
On first down, right back to Hall.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Third and long. It's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And here's Ryan Wright now
as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well.
Here's Berrios.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At their own 13.
They'll give it to Hall to start the drive.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
44 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him, otherwise you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
To throw again on second down, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, the offense, they had really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker, partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
Taken at the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Wilson getting right back to it after the pick 6. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. On second down, a run with Hall.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
10 more there and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
And he's got room. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
94 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Hall again.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Here's a give to Hall.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
and the Jets have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score.
Vikings 10.
And he'll kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Second down and 3.
Cook up the gut. A beautiful fake. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them to completion.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
And here comes Berrios.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And the Jets will take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete there to Moore.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because You just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
126 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll go again with Hall.
He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a one-touchdown game.
Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a one-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Watson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. A safety with a sack there, LaMarcus Joyner.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
John Franklin Myers. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. He's going to let it fly.
Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A handoff for Hall. He will push his way down to about the 14.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
But they'll run it. This is James Robinson. He will push his way down to about the 14.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts.
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. They'll give to Hall. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They'll run with Hall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Here's Hall again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. They'll try to run it here with Hall.
Calling no gain on the play, so no help there. And now fourth and goal.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
One last throw here for Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Jets, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6.